see me doing what I do, right? Yeah. Music just a blaring. And I always feel a dance in my spirit. Welcome in. It is time for Tea with Lady DJ. And that's me, Donna, my government name. Welcome in. Last night I so enjoyed you all. That message that I did last night, this series that I did last night, starting last night, was, "Hey Tony, how are you? Welcome in." It was something that I did in 2022, and sometimes you do not need to recreate the wheel. Thank you, Tony. Thank you so much. But sometimes we don't have to recreate the wheel. We might need to repackage it, but we don't need to recreate. And I thought, oh my goodness, I remember when I did that. I remember when I taught that in 2022. Anyway, welcome in. And my goal is always to try to get to at least 10,000. 20,000, just, hey DJ, welcome in. It's just, it's good. It pushes me out into the FYP, right? Yeah. And so other people can hear what you're hearing. So, thank you in advance for tapping the screen. Also, I don't solicit gifts, but if the information you are receiving is helpful and you want to say thank you to me for the time and effort that I expend, I thank you in advance. I do. Now, you all share this out, and I'm getting ready to do the same thing. There's a little arrow at the bottom of your screen that goes like this, right? And when you tap it, then there's a little circle that has a plus in it. And it's share it out to your stories. And so more people see it. So if you don't mind, everybody, let's just take a minute and share it out. Mister, welcome in. Welcome. I'm glad you came to join me. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for adding it to your stories. Thank you. Now, I have wonderful moderators here, but I don't really, you all have been the best group of people to come and sit with me. You've been so respectful, and for that I thank you, because they know I don't want them blocked, but I will ask them to mute you. I will. Thank you for the heart meet. Don't forget to get your daily heart meets. And is that don't forget to get all of your points. Interact with the persons down in the chat, gets you another point. So when you add comments, it gets you more points. So thank you. Should you miss this, or should you come in the middle or towards the end, because
that's stronger than what they have.
I know that I have lots of information, and I don't want to overwhelm you with so much information that it doesn't. Just know okay. I have certain songs that just absolutely move me. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Focus, Donna. So when this is done, if you have questions and I invite you up into the box and you don't want to come, that's okay. Just put your question in the chat. I always go over the comments at the end of the night, always. If there's a question, I will answer it either in your inbox or I will answer it the next night. Thank you all for getting your heartbeats. Yes. Hey, Paula. And just speaking of a moderator, here she is. They, if you get too rambunctious, because they know it makes me nervous, they will not put you out. We don't lock the doors, but they will mute you. And I know I am not everyone's cup of tea, but if this is not for you, please, I will not be offended if you put your Baptist finger up and you excuse yourself. So, are we ready to get started? Did you listen? Did you bring you something to drink? Whatever your beverage may be, I hope you brought something to drink. I got this really neat tea. I'll tell you about it at the end. Oh, Paula, thank you so much. Thank you. I'll tell you about it at the end. I think it's turmeric, cinnamon, ginger, and something else. Oh my goodness, it's so tasty. It is. Okay, so are we ready? Last night, let me turn this off. Maybe not. See, it says, I wish I was in your head. This is what I write to, okay? It just, it takes me there. Okay, let's focus. Let's focus, Donna. Last night, we talked about what was dividing us as women and the difference between the brotherhood code that men have and what women have. It's totally opposite. It's totally opposite. And we talked about a real queen fixes another queen's crown without telling the kingdom it was crooked. And we know what that means. That there are ladies and they say, you're my friend, we're friends. But when you piss them off, they tell the world that your crown is crooked. And it's that pride and envy and lust for pleasure and itching ears. All of those things cause us as ladies, causes a divide. So we're going to go deeper into tonight. And I'd like to read you a poem. Okay? And then we're gonna go into that. This says, discernment demands disclosure. Can you all hear me okay? I know I'm soft-spoken. If you'll put a 1 down in the chat, that you can hear me okay. Discernment doesn't demand disclosure. Jesus knew who Judas was, yet he never exposed him, because some betrayals are best left to time. not confrontation. Playing dumb is not weakness. It is wisdom at work. Let them think that they are outsmarting you, because in reality, they are only fooling themselves. They did not play with you. They played with themselves. Out of alignment, out of favor, and out of access to a great person. Silence is not surrender. It is strategy. Silence is not surrender. It is strategy. So that discernment doesn't demand disclosure. You can know someone betrayed you and not have to tell the whole world about it. You can know this. And my mother would say, now you know how to treat them with a long handle spoon, but you don't need to say anything, right? And I never understood that until now that I'm older. No, not older. Now that I'm seasoned. That's the word I want. You can know her crown is crooked and not have to broadcast it. But you watch how they maneuver. You watch how they maneuver, and you start to protect you. Now, we talked about the African queens yesterday, right? We talked about Nzinga. We talked about Candace of Cush. And these women, among a plethora of other queens, they led armies, commanded respect, built coalitions of women warriors, had sisterhood as strength, not competition, protected each other, lifted each other, corrected each other's privately with honor. We talked about that last night. The African queens, they understood this. They had discernment. They knew who was loyal and who was not. But they didn't run around exposing everyone. They moved strategically. They protected their energy. They let time and consequences do the work. Have you all looked at The Woman Queen, The Woman King? Have you all looked at that movie? Have you really sat and took time with it? Well, today, in my quiet time, I watched it 3 times today. They had discernment. They knew who was loyal and who wasn't. Now that king, he had several wives, right? But he had one wife that was positioned to be the head wife. But he had one queen. But that one wife, she knew how to smile in her face. The warrior, the queen of that army. She knew how to smile in her face, but she also knew how to stab her in the back. You know that song, smiling in your face all the time. And when she decided to go look for her daughter, she knew she was going against her king's wishes, but it was her daughter. And she had a lady that she confided in. And in confiding in her, She just asked her without saying it, I'm going to do this. Wish me well. But that person did not go back to the king and say, do you know what she's doing? No, she didn't. What she did was she got some women of the army, which ended up being the army, and they met her on the road going to find her daughter. And her general, who was lost, who got swept up in this, I want to say the beginning of the Atlantic slave trade. Well, the wife, the head wife, right? And there's a name for this man, but he would watch over all of the wives, right? And they met the king, and they couldn't wait to tell what was going on. They couldn't wait to spill the tea. And spill the tea they did. And he said, well, I guess we have to postpone this function that was about to take place, right? And she said, no, we can't do this because it'll make you look weak. That's how we are. That's how we are today. We're always wanting to get the approval of this man. You know, we do. So how can we make ourselves look good in his eye while tearing down? So the story goes on. The lady goes. She wins the battle. She finds her daughter. The general was killed, was unalived. But when she came back, the man that was the head person of this army that she was fighting, she defeated him, and she took his sword. And on the same day that they were supposed to have this big function, the head wife was sitting, and all of the, I don't know, what do we call them today? Her circle. They were telling her how pretty she was, and she was glowing, only to hear the crowd go into a different chant, a different celebration. And when he looked up, there she comes. She's got her daughter and all of the other women, the persons that they had captured. And the men also went to help her, right? But when he looked out there and he said, this is my woman king. The lady that tried to betray her, she looked like she had swallowed something. But can you see that that's what we do today? We do that. We don't have to tell it. We don't have to post screenshots of it. But you've seen it right here on this platform. We have to let everyone know what she did. We have to expose her. And what does it profit you to do this? What does it profit you to do this? So, why? Why? Pride, anger, itching ear. We think playing dumb is weakness. We think silence means they've got away with it. But the poem says silence isn't surrender. It's strategy. We don't engage. You don't have to expose. When you let them think they've outsmarted you, they are actually playing themselves out of alignment, out of favor, and out of access to you, a great person. Mhm. Paula, if you could please, would you pin in the chat Ephesians 4:29, and just at your leisure, go back and pull that scripture and you read it in its entirety. Ephesians 4:29. And if I may, just a little bit. It says, let no corrupting talk come out of your mouths, but only such as is good for building up. But only as such as building up. We are not building each other up when we can so easily say the B word, which, no, I'm not that. No, no, no. You do not address me as such. I don't care what you think. Please don't. When we are being intimate, no, you don't call me that, and that makes sure that we don't continue. For me, those are not good words. Those don't build you up. What does that word say? You're calling me a female dog. So why would I want you to call me that? Let no corrupting talk come out of your mouth, but only such as is good for building up. What does it do for me when you call me, oh, she's just a pick-me? What does that do for me? How does that make me, build me up? How does that help my self-esteem? How? As you all continue to tap the screen, and I thank you in advance, you don't have to corrupt the atmosphere by exposing her. You can protect your own peace and let her self-destruct on her own. Allow her to self-destruct on her own. We say, because we want to say that's a lie. But then they say, a hit dog will holler. And what you really want to say, you don't say. Mhm. This is straightening your own crown, because you want to straighten your crown first before you straighten her crown in private. This is you straightening your crown. Before you can help another sister, you have to get your mind right. So deal with your pride. That needs to everyone to know I was right. You deal with your pride. Deal with your anger that wants revenge through exposure. Deal with it. Deal with your itching ear that wants to tell the story, that wants to spill the tea. Deal with that. Deal with that. When you straighten your crown, when you choose wisdom over vindication, then you are ready to help another sister. One more, Paula, please. Proverbs 16:24. Pleasant words are like a honeycomb, sweet and delightful to the soul, and healing to the body. Yeah, like a honeycomb, sweet. When you do speak, and you all that have been with me forever, know that I say, It is your tone, the tenor, and the depth of what it is that you're saying. I have shared with you all over and over again that that is one way for me to say, deuces, I'm out. How are you, Scott? Welcome in. Welcome in. I'm out because you raised your voice at me. You do not have to raise your voice at me. That makes me think that an altercation is about to ensue. That makes me think that you would raise your hand to me. So, when you do speak, whether to the sister who wronged you or about someone else, your words should heal and not destroy your words. So, again, tonight, I asked you last night to look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. So you're looking at you. And I asked you last night to ask yourself, am I part of the problem? So tonight, I want you to ask yourself, have I been using discernment with strategy? Or have I been running my mouth, exposing, broadcasting, demanding that everyone know what she did? Now, if you didn't get it, this is going to be uploaded tomorrow. I was late uploading tonight, but if you didn't get it, it's going to be uploaded tomorrow so you can hear these questions again. Have I been using discernment with strategy, or have I been running my mouth, exposing, broadcasting, demanding that everyone know what she did? Am I straightening my crown first? Did I get my mindset right? Those are the questions that you ask yourself. And as I've said so many times, don't lie to you. That's where you're remaining stuck. You have repeatedly lied to yourself. And how has that helped? So tomorrow we will talk about how to help others without humiliating them. No, I'm not talking about telling you how to help them as a therapist would, but as a person that's going to encourage, that you're going to invite that person, that you, that's the word, that you are a safe place, that you are a safe place. I can go to Galatia. I can go to Paula, who's in. I can go to Lady P, and I can share with him. And unequivocally, I know that it stays right there. They would never. I could trust them as Jesus knew Judas, but he didn't expose him. They will not expose me. Can you be that safe place for someone? Can you? If you have any questions, I invite you to come up to the panel and ask your question, staying on subject matter, straightening your crown. If you don't want to come up, that's fine. And you can put your question in the chat. You can put your question in the chat, and I will see it tonight, and I will answer you either in your inbox or I will answer it tomorrow night before we get started with the closing of straightening your crown first. So let me see what this is. I don't know if Paula has. Nope. If there's no one, just remember that this will go up tomorrow, and you'll get a chance to look at it. The one from last night is already up. Thank you, Paula. The last one from last night is already posted, so you can go there and see what you missed last night and how it combines with this right here. Thank you, Paula. You must have a profile picture. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. I know they tell me not to touch anything because I'll be touching something. And then I'll be looking for them to help me get them out of the box. But if there are no questions and you got this much, and then tomorrow, like I said, we're going to talk about how to help others without humiliating them. Because some of us have very, very sharp tongues. And we say things like, well, that's just how I am. I didn't mean no harm, but no. On this platform, I want to give you permission to think differently. So if that is everything, thank you all for joining me. And until tomorrow at 6:30 Pacific, 8:30 Central, and 9:30 Eastern tomorrow. And I hope to see you then. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Paula, Galathea, Tony. Thank all of you all that came out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until tomorrow.